How do you feel after playing through? I always heard that like Debussy is one of the most difficult quartets actually, also intonation-wise. So, but you did very, very well, because he always puts weird fifths and chord, and it's just horrible to play. I think we played the Ravel quartet, and it's like almost we stopped. Like, can you take this note? Can you take that note? So we always find just to help the intonation, but very nice. I was just thinking, in French music, I feel like the difference between textures are so important. So when you have a beginning, which is so singing, and you have a pianissimo, that we need this airy kind of sound, you know. And then when in 15, when it begins, then we start to speak a bit more. So I feel like everything is a tiny bit the same. I know you are feeling a melody very well, but it needs to just go over the edge a bit more and to the articulation the other way. So we have this difference. And so I just, when you start the solo, just be a big soloist. Maybe just ignore the piano. And then when you come in, just completely molto sul tasto. So we have a very opposite of a solo, and then you come in. Can we just try that? Just in the very first bar, I feel like you're very great on the yam, pa, ya, pom, pa, da, di, da, 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 pim. We need some kind of a direction, because you want to go to the second bar and then go down, so you can prepare the three other friends. So just somehow that you really go to the second bar. You can be free on the 16th. It really doesn't matter. Just that you go to the second bar and then relax it. You relax it perfectly well, so I think the timing was very, very good. And then just you find this pianissimo and whatever she does, listen to her. Now you went a bit above. Just listen to the dynamic and then come underneath. One more time. Great. Just once more. Are you thinking these triplets like whatever works, but it's just the if it has like a snaky feeling to it, or if it's whatever feels like, you can make a choice. Because I feel like if you want the snaky, you need to like almost the fingers are glued down. And then you all join together in this. But you can also do but it's your choice. Okay, I will do one more time. It was very nice, the beginning.
Yeah, really, really nice. I mean, now we'll maybe talk about the beginning again, but not to say different things than Nikolai, but I was also thinking that this first 2 bars, that maybe when you started, it's a little bit like, what's actually going to happen? It's very much searching these 2 bars, and you could try to feel the intervals in between the notes, like going from the C to the C flat, and maybe try to act a little bit surprised yourself where it actually goes. But it sounds really nice. And I was also thinking that, of course, these 8 bars, somehow a lot of different things happens within this one phrase, but to really still try to think of this whole line going through these 8 bars. And then I just have one question. This, when it then says piano in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bar, is that, do you think that is less? Does that mean like, because we always talk about piano, what does that actually mean? And when it's then piano, is it then dynamic lower, or?
I think we've been seeing it as like more quiet.
Yeah, more quiet, yeah. And of course then, when it comes the second phrase, and then it actually says pianissimo. So I wonder if there's a difference there, or if you think maybe it's just the same. I'm not sure, actually. But then, okay, so if it's a dynamic lower, then it would be really nice to hear this kind of staircase that you presented in the 5th bar, and then in the 6th bar, you kind of, that we feel that it goes lower, maybe more sul tasto, or something like that. Would you like to try the beginning again?
Could I just say something for Georgie? Was it Georgie? It's just when you enter, you have a wonderful glissando to the A. Let us hear it if you want to do it. In the very, when you start entering. You make it 2-2, right? Yeah, you make a glissando, I think. Just use it. It's really, really nice. Just enjoy it 5% more. And I was just thinking, also in the triplet you have in the 4th bar, enjoy this D sharp. You are vibrating very well, ya, D, and it seems very empty, the second triplet. Just ya, he, ba, he, that you sing. But it sounds great though. Just do it one time.
Really, really good. I think the only thing I would just add is whenever in the 5th bar where you actually join together in this da 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 da, I think you can maybe go play a tiny bit louder. It's piano, so maybe you could go a tiny bit louder, really, okay, now we play it together, so you can then drop down, because it seemed very scared, the very last chord in bar 8, and it was great, but maybe you could help yourself by being a little bit louder from bar 5 and then gradually go down from there.
Definitely. I was just thinking for the second violin, I'm playing second violin, so just when we suddenly have 3 bars of the same F, E, F, E, F, E, I think you have to change your fingering for the next bars, just to have some kind of a color change to the falling line. So when you were playing I really like the first one. I don't know. Not please, maybe it's wrong. But just that you somehow like and then have a different texture in the third bar. Something that makes sense. Because also I think the color would then help the piano and then falling line and then you end in this. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. And very nice with the glissando. It really helps. Because then it's like, it's not just a fingering, but it's like, yeah. I love those things, so sorry for mentioning. Yeah. I was wondering just this 4 before 15, when you start to having the triplets again, can we just try and hear the cello and first violin? I just from the 4 bars before 15, just be connected in the triplets, ya da da dum, and just listen to the cello maybe, just have focus on how that sounds. One more time. Nice, one more time. And then maybe on the first, ya di da ti, yam bi om. We'll have an echo one more time. Something like that. And just maybe a bit more tension on the yu du dum, that like it's like your hand is underwater. Yu da di dum, that you feel the chromatic. And can we join the viola? So try and fit in. Sorry, we always are last. Try and play in the middle, feel like every voice is equal, but like just look at the bass, don't look at your own music. Yeah. And with second violin, and then we go on.
Yeah, okay, back to 15. Sounds really good. I actually just a little bit of texture things, as you talked about in the beginning. I was just thinking that in bar, there are no bar numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 15, when you join with the 16 notes, just that you two were drowning just a tiny bit. And I think maybe it's probably more like a collaboration thing that whenever you play more and more crescendo, just be aware that mainly the viola is a little bit difficult to hear. Maybe you can try to go a little bit closer to the bridge and play a little bit more. I think the cello was more or less fine, but just be aware that maybe be a little bit more in the background when you play all the 16 notes.
To add just to the 16s, could you change your... Are you playing on the E string from the beginning? Or did you go to the... And could you stay up? I was wondering, just because of the second violin in the blend when you have an A string. Because you were just on the third bar of it. It suddenly got quite louder when you were on the E string. Could we just hear you and try... it almost doesn't matter that we hear just something trembling underneath. Maybe more, I don't know. I'm sitting back. I hear almost like a trill. Just like that we get like something that... Okay, viser roligt. Ja. And then crescendo. So I think like when you start very, and then with the texture is growing, crescendo, just go closer to the bridge. But then don't exceed the two others. Never. It's like if you feel you are too loud, just go down again. And, yeah. So maybe hear you too.
Yeah, very nice. It's also a little bit unfair because the cello is in actually a very good register, and I believe that the viola is maybe not the best. At least that's what our violists would always say. No, but maybe just so just from the beginning with the cello, maybe we can start a little bit softer. Just it was a little bit loud now already from the first bar. Okay. Maybe just one more time. Yeah, very good. I think it's very good dynamic starting, and then I think when you move up to the E flat, you can really try to go even more into the string and just really feel the crescendo.
Yeah. Be careful that oh, sorry, I have your name, Maya. Yeah, nice. That you actually you can do that from the crescendo, so you build up the energy, but not in the beginning. I think and and then I think it's fine to develop it like that. But I also think that makes the, I don't know, again, you just develop the texture.
Together, all four.
I think the forte, that sounds awesome. That's perfect.
I think then when you come to the double bar, I think you can. I think I really like the character, but maybe can you stay even softer and be very mysterious? Because then those 5 bars after it should actually be forward. But I think you can keep the character in a very mysterious way, even softer. Just from there, double.
Could we just, for fun, just to hear cello and second violin? Just long notes, just for some intonation, just for fun to try it? For fun. It's so much fun. Nice. And like with the music, I think you are very and just the 4th bar, make a big crescendo to the forte. Bam, bam, beep. Again. Could you just do the 4th bar? Just with the just from the 4th bar. Great, very good. Yeah, I love the viola. That's so great. It was a great character. Yeah, it was just, I would just want to try that. That was awesome. Can you do it again? Awesome. Very, very good. Yeah,
we have even more. I mean, it's very long in between these rehearsal numbers. I cannot even find where they are. Where's 17? Oh wow. 26. Okay, are you playing from score? No. Hvordan finder jeg det her?
Size 36.
Ja, men jeg skal snakke om det her. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 before 18. I was just thinking that it could be even more stormy. Just the bow, whenever there's a hairpin up, just way more bow. Just really sound like a storm. And it comes a couple of times, and I think that would sound great, actually. And then even more the second time. Can you try somewhere around there?
We will probably find it.
This goes from 2 bars before.
Okay, cool. Great. You don't let go viola and cello before 18. You were so good, and then you stop crescendoing 2 bars before. Maybe write in a huge crescendo that you need to go to 18. That's very nice. That was a brilliant crescendo.
Mm. Yeah, I agree into 18 that even more, I mean, of course there are dots on the quarter notes, but maybe even more sustained. I think you can even do like a tiny bit of a ritardando into 18. Not a ritardando, but just stretch it, at least. Same place. And
yeah. Could you actually go from the fortissimo some bars before, maybe 8 bars before? Just think about the dynamics. Also when you have fortissimo, then it falls again, diminuendo, piano, pianissimo, piano, crescendo, piano, pianissimo, and then just do it. Sorry, that was Nike. No. Yeah. Great. Awesome. I think this 40 section was really nice with all the crescendos. Again, I think you need air. It sounds too clean in some way. I don't know. Also, I feel like every time we played Ravel, it's like you got tired of using all the, but it really needs the dustiness in it. So we just have these two different groups. It's always divided in groups. That's also why I wanted to hear you two and then you two afterwards and then put it together. Because it's just so simple in a way and you need to exaggerate both of them. I just, the Poco Ritardando, you have the solo second violin. Enjoy the A flat. Yadi-da, yadi-da-di, yadi-da-di. Take some time. It's a very, very nice note. And and great melody. Sounds great. I wonder if it could be more, outgoing in some way, because you play very intimate the sound-wise, but it's like, and it's great. But there's something about the triplets that, or something that you just let go, or that you're not that locked. Because I feel like you have the color and everything is there, but it's just the that the triplets somehow. And again, you make a glissando again 2 bars before your octave. Yeah. Do it more. If you do 3-3, show us the 3-3 or whatever, or 1-1 or what you do. That's awesome. Yeah, do it again maybe.
18 this time?
No. It's just 19, the tempo rubato. How do you think this? Is it pee pam pam pa da da dee, and then it leads somewhere and then it goes back? Or is it just these 4 bars? It feels like there should be some kind of a pam pam pa da da dee pam in tempo. I don't know, that you go forward and then back, or does it only go forward? So just that you all are united about it. Because he just writes tempo rubato, and I don't know the movement that well, but there's something in it that needs also a syncopation in the melody. I don't know what you think, but because there's something about it. Then he writes a tempo on the 5th bar, but the first 4. So could we try maybe the 2 lower voices and the first violin? So just without the second, just the first 4 bars of 19. I'd go ya da da da. It goes there.
Could it maybe be that, I mean, the accompaniment is, the 3 of them are rather stable, and then the first violin a little bit improvising in the first 4 bars, the rubato ones, and then when it's a tempo, then a little bit more straight?
Probably.
Could that maybe try that? Yeah.
Something like that. Nice. It's also fun because when we started, like probably we always mention it when we had a rule like never twice the same from a professor called Hato. He founded the Alban Berg Quartet, and he learned us, taught us from the very first lesson that never twice the same. So if we have a melody that's just repeated twice, it can never be the same. So, but now it was just very different, and I thought that was great because like that was just great. Okay, I will be quiet. You can play from 19 again and just play to the end. No, okay, that. Pianissimo. Oh, it's just very. It should be very soft. Pianissimo. And that should be just as sneaky, because after we had this crazy octave, and then it's like you sounded. It was a bit like a fairy. Do da di. No, sorry, but it sounded great. But really, and again, completely different from what we had texture-wise. Vil du sige noget før? Eller?
do whatever and then don't. I mean, I can see that you are, of course, like trying to tell the others when they have to play, but maybe let them figure that out themselves. Do you want to try that sometimes? Just
yeah. Where's the good place to go? Maybe from 3-4-9. Yeah.
really nice. I think you should really just turn to the audience and completely don't care about them and just like, this is your bar. Yeah, this is your time to shine there. And it was really good. So.
You know what? You take 3/3 in the end, so daliliam ba, so that's dalilui. And on the new dui. Yeah, but it sounds great. It could be. I was just thinking, because also like when we have, we always try and talk about when can we do senza vibrato, just to find again a different unity in the group where not everything is placebo, because it's like French music. Just I vibrate all the time. And I was just thinking, when you have this bar where it's like 5 sharps, and then you start the melody on an E. Ya, bi, da, ba, 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 bi, ba, ba, ba. Can we just try it maybe, like, because you're so expressive before. Ya, ba, ba, bi, da, and then just really censor like everything. Can we just try it? So you played maybe 4 bars, 6 bars before. Yeah. Just that we have some kind of a different layer, and it's just to try it. Just completely censor everything, maybe close to the bridge, and just maybe a bit sulpont, like a sulpont for the middle voices, just so we have a bit of a. Maybe it won't work, maybe it will. But can you try it somewhere before? Try really small bow, like just also for you too, that you are like not tense, but just like just very, very, very still. Same place. Could you try and end in a? Sorry. Awesome. Would it be better if you end in a up like yardam and then up bow on the? Could it be? Maybe just somehow reverse it, so the yardam, and then you can just reverse it somehow. But I think in the diminuendo before, I think it's nice to have in a down bow that. One more time, but it was great. I actually think it could work, because now you also, the first 4 bars, 5 bars was like censor, and then you started vibrating, and then you came down again, it was censor. So like you naturally we had that, maybe it's like you could also feel the bow a bit more, like 2 of you, like togetherness. It feels a bit of, you have like the same, I don't know, the way you grab the notes. Yeah, but it sounded great.
Yeah, nice.
We're 3 minutes.
Is it okay if I just go a little bit back? I just wanted to say one thing in rehearsal number 20. Maybe if you could play from there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars later. So then there's like a molto crescendo leading into this very beautiful theme. I was just thinking that if this crescendo could be even more, and just stretch into it and really be generous on this fortissimo, and especially from you, just long lines. I know it's probably not the most, a little bit horrible to play, but I think just generous, the sound should just be extremely generous. Can you try from about this 20?
And I just hear the chord, fourth bar of the fortissimo when you have the C sharp octave. Can you just play the first beat of that bar? Just all of you, but just hold it. But no, just not intonation-wise, because it's just such a, it just hits. Just on the fourth bar of the... Just so when enjoy that monster. Can you just do it again with the build-up, which was perfect. Just... Yeah, great. It's 12 now. I wonder just, sorry, if you end in the tip, is that weird for a cello? Like so it's like you are completely in the tip in the pianissimo. So, oh yeah, it's weird. Yeah. No, bad suggestion. It's just so we have like almost a, because yeah, bad idea.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
It's just somehow it doesn't have a dee-dum, dee-dum.
So maybe it's a matter of trying to not do this too much, but it's just as little as it needs. Yeah, exactly.
And less good, like just a bit less clear. It's just you play too good. Yeah, something like that. You know, just the French vowels. You have this. And not German, dee da, dee da. Something like that. And then ya ba 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 bam. Can you just do, sorry, now it's 12:01. Can you just do 7 bars before 21 or something? 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that make sense? Something that is pleasant. Just, yeah. Yeah. Great. Very nice. Thank you. Brilliant.